Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures with Raven and Rowley. I'm Raven and this is Rowley. We're slowly converting a cargo trailer into a tiny home. Right now we live in a 26-foot fifth wheel full-time RV full-time. Last week I talked about how I came to actually live in various RVs and to ultimately end up in this one. This week I will talk about how I put up the mats on the cargo trailer ceiling for insulation and the modifications I made to the new bed frame. I got a new bed. If you're curious, please join us on this journey and continue to watch. I've been somewhat working on the cargo trailer insides, slow going. It's really slow going. It's been cold outside, 40 degrees in the middle of the afternoon, and then below freezing otherwise. I'm surprised so far my pipes haven't frozen. Well, keep your fingers crossed. I did something to my back. Had a hard time raising my right arm, but I think I figured out what it was. I did a third ceiling insulation with the mats, but unfortunately I measured wrong. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I knew that the struts were 24 inches apart and I put them 40, 39, something. I don't know. Anyway, I had to take them down and redo that, so I don't have a video of that. But I finally did successfully put up, with the fourth try, sometimes you got to do more than once, the ceiling insulation with the mat. So I have a mat, I had Mylar, and then I have a mat on top of that. Okay, this is the fourth time I'm going to try and put the ceiling up. Zip ties through so that I could cook the white ones through here. So I put 5 on this row and 4 on the other, because I have 5 spots across this way and 4 beams to go on. It sags a little bit more than I thought it would. I had a vision in my mind that it would kind of look like a quilt. Well, it's kind of sort of does look like a quilt. It's just a very thick quilt. And at first I looked at it and said, oh no, I don't know. I got to take this down. I got to redo it. I got to do something. But I think I'm beginning to like the look of it, you know. And so far it appears to work as an insulation. I'm assuming it works. I mean, it's 40 degrees outside, you know. When I stuck my hand above it, between the ceiling and the top layer of the mats, it was hot up there. But it wasn't underneath. You couldn't feel any heat or anything at all underneath. So I figured it would keep the heat in when I ran the Mr. Buddy, or it would keep the heat out in the summertime. But I won't know until I actually sleep in it to see how it works at night. I mean, if it keeps the heat in at night, that would be terrific, you know. But I haven't completely finished the ceiling. I just did the middle part, the biggest piece. I need to do the end areas. Got to figure out how to do that. And I have to secure the side edges, which I think I might just sew together or crochet or something. Anyway, and then I need to move the fairy lights that are in there because the edges of the mat cover the fairy lights. So I've got to put them inside instead of outside of the fairy lights, of the mats. I know in a previous vlog, I talked about how horrible that bed was. The bed that I had, I was sleeping on a cot and I had a foam mattress on top of that, and it sagged in the middle and it was too narrow, and me and Rowley fought for bed space around my feet, you know, things like that. It was terrible. It was terrible. Sagged in the middle. I had back pain for 2 weeks afterwards. You know, it was nasty. It was bad. It might have been better for me to actually put the, now that I think about it, put the mattress on the floor and slept on the floor on top of the mattress instead of that boat I was in. So anyway, I got this new bed frame. I bought the bed frame from Facebook Marketplace, which turned out to be a real good deal. The bed risers that I had bought, figuring that I would raise the bed legs up so that I could use under the bed for storage, were far too unstable. I mean, I could just see me in the middle of the night, you know, trying to turn over and shift the wrong way and the bed collapse on one side, you know, and me fall out of the bed onto the floor. So I got a 10-foot piece of 1.5-inch PVC and cut some risers to raise the bed up to a total height of 24 inches to give me storage space under the bed. So I was going to use, so this is one of the risers that I had cut. I think this is the piece I cut for the stove area. So I put the leg, you know, in here, and I was going to put, this is a cap. I was going to put the cap on the floor, drill a hole through the middle, screw this down to the floor, and that would keep it from shifting from side to side, except that this cap is kind of rounded on the bottom. I don't know if you could see that. It's very round. You see the edge of it. It's roundish. So I figured if it's sitting, it's going to rock. You know, it's going to do one of these things. So that after a while, it's going to rip the screw out of the ground. So I'm going to take this back and just go with just the pipe. I'm thinking I might put an L bracket or something to hold them in place, but I haven't decided on that yet, although I have L brackets. So what I really wanted was a cap, a 1.5-inch cap with a flange on the edges so that I could screw the, you know, it into the ground. Except they don't sell those in PVC. They do sell it in metal. But I wasn't willing to pay $18 a piece for the ability to screw down a leg. You know, that cost me more than, 2 of those cost me more than the bed cost me, you know. So I'm taking these back because I can't use them. And they're $2 a piece, and I got 8 of them, you know, so why not? So my thought had been, of course, to put this on the leg, which I did, and put this in underneath and screw it down, and then glue it in place so that this would never move. But I was going to do this for not only the bed, but for the back legs of the table that holds the stove, so that it didn't go shifting all over the place while I was driving. So I don't know about that yet. I think I'm going to end up with L brackets. The thing is with the L bracket, I don't want it sticking out into the room, you know, so that my toe will find it. Okay, as you can see, this isn't holding up very well. This thing, these risers have a tendency to tip out when I'm driving. So I'm going to replace those risers with these that I just cut. So this is extremely heavy. Old fashioned. There you go. Like that. Pretty solid. I figured I'd use the air mattress that I have on the bed. The air mattress that I forgot to bring with me the last time I went camping, so that I could change out the foam mattress when the bed became too uncomfortable. Anyway, I put it up onto this bed frame and found that it, first of all, was too short by about 10 inches. It was too narrow by a good 6 inches. And it was definitely too thick. Too thick I could deal with, because, I mean, I would have to use a step stool, to get up into the bed. But I can live with that, you know. But, so I went back to the foam mattress. And I added a bolster on one side to give me the full width of the bed. But I have a great big space at the top. So I figured I'd just stuff some pillows in there, because I'd be laying on the foam and not necessarily in that spot. But I figured I will carry the air mattress anyway, just in case the foam is too thin and I start feeling the metal slats of the bed or whatever, but just have it as a backup. So I still have some stuff to do. I need to add some more shelving in the kitchen area. I've got some shelves. I just need to put them up. I need to put the bug screen up on the back door. Got that too, but need to put it up. Actually, I've carried it with me for the last 2 caravans I went on. I took the handle off of my front door here in my 5th wheel, and I'm going to put it on the door in the cargo trailer, so I have something to grip onto when I'm going in and out of the door. And then I have to clean up the mess. And then I'm ready. I'm ready to make the 5-hour trip to the WRTR on January 10th in Quartzsite, Arizona. Maybe I'll meet some of you there. The Rowley Report. I've put him on a shorter leash, getting him ready for Quartzsite, because they have to be on a 6-foot leash. And there's a lot of people around. There's going to be a lot of people around and walking through the town. You know, he's not used to that kind of congestion. Well, neither am I, but we'll make it. He'll have to be on a 6-foot leash. So he was on a 25-foot retractable leash. It decided that it doesn't want to retract anymore. So I use it just as a tie out, you know, when he goes out. But I found he's a much better walker on a shorter leash. He's easier to control, and he seems calmer, like he's more assured, because he's close to me. He has to be close to me. When he was on the 25-foot leash, he would bark like crazy. I mean, if somebody ran by or on a bicycle or something. Now, you know, that seems to come and go. I mean, sometimes he barks like crazy, sometimes he doesn't. I have no idea. You know, something in his past, I'm sure, specifically with golf carts. I think I know what happened to my back and my arm. It's because of the shorter leash. I wear a runner's leash belt. That's this thing. It's opened up so it could swivel around my body. I'm not that wide, okay? I'm not that wide. I just leave it loose so that when he goes around, it goes around too, you know. Anyway, I wear this belt, and this is a 6-foot leash. It's got nice handles in the middle. This is very heavy. They make these for large, big dogs, and I've got a little tiny fat dog. Well, it's not that fat. It's chubby. And I walk with trekking sticks. These things. You know, so that I crocheted a handle on here. A cover. Anyway, I walk with trekking sticks. When I went to a shorter leash, I was walking with 2 trekking sticks in my right hand, right? And in order to control 2 of them, which are not stuck together in any way, I'm gripping it like crazy, okay? And because I wanted to have the 2 sticks available when I went over to rough terrain, when we went over into the desert area around here. So I clutched those sticks with one hand, clutching and controlling them and walking and putting pressure on my arm and that kind of stuff for an hour's worth of walking, because we walk for an hour every morning. I'm sure that caused the problem. I had pains radiating down here, all up into here, and the middle of my back. And then one day I kind of rubbed up here and I realized this is where the pain was coming from. And it was just radiating to everything else. And that's what finally said, oh, you're doing it to yourself, you know, again. You know, what was I trying to avoid kind of thing in my life, you know? I'm sure that was what caused the problems, because when I stopped using 2 sticks, carrying 2 sticks, and just walking with 1 stick and not even really using that stick, just holding it in my hand as I'm walking along, you know, balancing it, and only using it when I was in really rough terrain, the pain in my shoulder kind of calmed down. And it still hurts a little bit. Well, it still hurts a lot, but it doesn't hurt excruciating like it was. So sometimes you do it to yourself, you know what I mean? But I want to say, though, it's not because of Rowley. Rowley is a good dog. He loves to play. He loves to be scratched and petted, and I love him too. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and thanks for your support. If you'd like to help us get on the road, see the links below. Please share my videos and subscribe to RV Adventures with Raven and Rowley. Also, booping the like button and ringing the notification bell helps a lot. It would be good, okay? See you next Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Take care of you and yours, and blessed be.